Here's a quick walkthrough of how to do bulk invoicing or batch invoicing through Jobber. In this example, I'm going to be using mowing, a weekly mowing with charges per visit after each visit. So if I go into the Invoices tab and click more actions, and then I want to choose batch create invoices. So I've gone through, I've marked all the visits complete. These are February invoices. So I'm going to click all just to see what I have here included. So these are all visits that have been marked complete, but they haven't been billed yet according to the invoice reminders. Now, if you haven't been consistent with using invoice reminders to do your billing and you see anything in here when you're looking at your own that you know has been billed, you're going to simply uncheck that to investigate it. You could create an invoice and use that invoice reminder and delete the invoice prior to sending. It's kind of your preference. I'll show you how to do both in this video. But for right now, I've just selected all. I've got some fertilizer in here, and then I've got some monthly mowing. So obviously this is a demo account. I'm saying these are February appointments. None of this is real. So just try and use that context there. So as far as we can see from what I had on the schedule and what I've completed, Deborah had 2 mows in February that I want to bill out. If for some reason you're billing the first week of the next month or something like that, you can always check to add it, which will also mark that visit complete if it hasn't been completed already. But for right now, I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to just keep scrolling through the list, look for anything that's a little bit strange. So maybe I know that we're done snow removal at this point. I'm not quite sure why this snow removal's here, but I don't want to create another invoice. So I'm going to uncheck this one so that I can investigate it further without going out of my batch invoice. So now I'm just going to continue down the list, make sure everything looks okay. Looks like everybody's got a couple mowings here that could be invoiced. Now for this one here, this one has March invoicing on it, and I don't want to bill March. I've also got a February that hasn't been checked off. So I'm going to check this February and uncheck any March because I want to do March on its own bills. This one here, same thing. I've got a February that isn't marked complete, so I'm going to mark that one complete. Obviously, if you're not sure about one of these, if let's say you have 10 that weren't marked complete on February 27th, that may be worth looking into. It could have been a rain day or something like that, and you don't want to charge the customer if they didn't get that service, or maybe if you know you're going through a bit of a drought and you're having a lot of lawns that you have to skip for the month. This could be important to just maybe leave this customer to check on it. Or maybe you want to exit out of the batch and go look at everyone before you move forward with this step. So this one here, I have Laura. She's got one in February that wasn't completed. So I'm just going to mark that one complete. Got another snow removal here. I'll take that one out to investigate it afterwards. This one has no February invoice or no February mows, so I'm going to uncheck her. I'm going to check this one. Just go through this really quick here. Another snow removal. And obviously, if you are in landscaping, this does happen where you have spring services kind of mixed with winter. So just depending on the time of the year, obviously use your discretion. You know your business best and what you've got going on at the time. If you have administrators, maybe you're not in the office all the time, it's always best to just communicate some of these things before going forward and sending out all these bills to people. It's always best to have that conversation before confusing your customers. So this one here, I'm just going to check the February visit, uncheck these March ones. I'll bill those separately. Take out this snow removal, and I think we're finally through the list. So right now I'm going to have 12 invoices be created for our February visits. There were 18 clients on this list, but I have unchecked some, as well as 22 jobs. Sometimes the clients and jobs might differ because maybe a client has more than one job that could be invoiced. So let's just move forward with these ones. Oh, I've got Will unchecked here. He's a snow removal and he also has weekly mowing. So I'm going to uncheck the snow removal right here, but I will leave open his weekly mowing and I'm going to check off the February visits. So now I'm just going to hit create invoices. A lot of people get kind of freaked out and stop here because they think it's going to send out these invoices right away. It does not send them out. So I want you to feel confident to just hit create invoices. This is going to create draft invoices for all of these jobs. And the more invoices that you have to create, it just takes a little bit longer. So if you have 500 mowing jobs, this might take a minute. If you do have that many mowing jobs, I do highly recommend getting people on an automatic payment schedule. So now that we've done the batch invoice, you can look at these jobs here. If anything looks off to you, you can always click the edit button. These will not be sent until you actually go through with the batch email of these invoices. So if you wanted to edit one, I do recommend right-clicking and opening it in a new tab so you don't lose this tab here, so that you can edit from all of these if you want. Now I've got Sydney's opened here. Now let's say that Sydney actually had a fertilizer done that we know about, or let's say when they did the mowing, they picked up some tree branches. Say branch removal. And if you're getting this here, that means the line item is not saved in your jobber. Always try and use something that is saved in your jobber if possible, or permanently create a line item. For right now, we're just playing around. We're going to add, let's say, $50 for this additional charge. And if we know that this took place on, let's say, February 19th, we can just add that service date here. So this has been added to her bill, but it's not going to be added to the job as long as it's a per visit job. If it's a fixed rate job, you want to make sure and check on that. We'll cover that in a different video though. So once this has been done, you can just hit update invoice. And then when we move forward in our batch invoicing, the updated version will be here. You're not going to see an updated one here if you did that work in another tab. So we could click send them now here. Now you do have the option, if you do send out invoices by mail, you can have it email you all of the invoices in a single PDF, or generally I will just send by email. So I'm going to click send via email. Now these draft ones are all ones that you have created today in this batch, or any other draft invoices that you may have kind of sitting in wait. So on any account that doesn't have an email, Jobber will let you know that there is no email on the account and you can't actually add this to the email because there is nothing to send to. So I'm going to select all just so that all of my drafts can go. Looks like I have drafts from other days because obviously this is a lot of invoices that I did not process today. So these are other drafts that may have been sitting in the system. If you see something that doesn't look familiar to you, uncheck it that you don't want to send it. If you only want to send a few of these emails, you could click none and just click the ones that you would like to add. Now I'm trying to clean up this Jobber account, so I'm just going to say all for now. You do also have the option to add any past due invoices to send as part of this batch. So this will send your customer that owes you money another email requesting payment. So I'm going to select all of these, and then I'm going to move to next step. This is in your templates in settings. So you can make an update here, but keep in mind that this is for everyone. Everyone's going to get this email. So I would try and keep it as straightforward as possible. You can also do just a batch for past due, and then all those people, you could give them a specific message that their invoice is past due. So for right now, I'm just going to leave this as is. You have the opportunity to add a PDF of the invoice. I only do this if it is. So if you work with a lot of commercial clients, I do recommend attaching a PDF of the invoice. However, if you work with residential, leaving this unchecked will really push that customer into their client hub to make payment right away. If you do have people that are on, or they have a credit card on file, where you will be processing that credit card, you could have a note in here that the credit card will be processed. There is no action required from you. So from here, I'm just going to hit send emails, and all those emails will go out at one time to the client's primary email address. So if you have quite a few email addresses on file and you intend to use batch invoicing, I do recommend making the billing contact as the primary person. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to make another video.